Human history is full of wars, fought over honor, land, and some absolutely ridiculous reasons. People have taken up arms because a pig ate potatoes without asking. They've smashed each other's heads over a bucket that disappeared from a well.
What?
They've fired cannons because of a football match result. They've even brought out machine guns to fight emus. Think that's all? Not even close. Today we bring you another war, just as absurd. A war that started because of a pastry shop.
A pastry war?
Welcome to Cool Past, where history isn't just a list of dates, but a series of ridiculous, fascinating, and surprisingly human stories. It was 1832 in the bustling heart of Mexico City, amidst the clatter of carriages and crowds. There sat a small pastry shop tucked in the Tacubaya district. The shop was owned by a French pastry chef named Monsieur Remontel. No one knows just how good his pastries were. But one thing's for sure, they were not worth starting a war over, until one day, his shop was completely trashed. Why? A few Mexican soldiers, hungry, drunk, or both, decided to dine and dash, then started a fight and tore the place apart. Broken windows, dented ovens. The chef himself? Flat on the floor. Monsieur Remontel was furious, but no one paid him a dime in damages. So what did he do? He didn't rant online, didn't live stream the chaos. He went big. He filed a formal complaint to the French government. In it, he demanded that Mexico compensate him 600,000 pesos, the equivalent of many, many years' income for a small pastry shop. When the French government received the complaint in 1832, they carefully noted, all right, another French citizen harmed in Mexico. Because Remontel wasn't the first. There were others. A cafe owner whose place got wrecked, a liquor store owner who got looted, a restaurateur who lost all his property. And Mexico didn't pay anyone a thing. So France gathered all these complaints into one big diplomatic note and officially demanded that the Mexican government apologize, pay over 600,000 pesos in compensation, and guarantee the safety of all French nationals in Mexico. But Mexico at the time was in total political chaos. Presidents came and went like changing shirts. Inflation ran wild, and not many people even read the note properly. 6 years passed, still no proper response from Mexico. So France decided, we asked nicely, now we send the fleet. In November 1838, France issued one final ultimatum. Pay up and apologize to our citizens, or we'll use force. Mexico said nothing. A few weeks later, the French fleet, led by Admiral Charles Bourdon, appeared off the coast of Veracruz. War had begun. Admiral Boudin's fleet had over 20 warships, heavy artillery, marines, and the mindset of, we're here to get justice, not dessert. Well, maybe both. And then, boom, French cannons opened fire on the coastal forts. Shells filled the sky. Waves crashed violently. Civilians in Veracruz panicked. Is this a fireworks festival? Nope, no festival. Just France, blowing up a port over a pastry shop. Mexico, caught totally off guard. The government hadn't even gathered when the news spread. France is attacking. Port guards scattered. The Mexican Navy was caught flat-footed. Then came the man who shows up in every Mexican drama, General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. He had just retired after the Texas fiasco, but when he heard his hometown port was under attack, he unretired real fast. Santa Anna led a counterattack, clashing fiercely with French forces in Veracruz. During the battle, he was hit by cannon fire and lost a leg. From then on, Santa Anna walked with a wooden leg. Now, Santa Anna, known for loving theatrics more than tactics, went full drama mode, held a grand funeral for his lost leg, with a marching band, a military parade, and weeping crowds. And of course, a heartfelt eulogy delivered by himself, praising the bravery of his leg. Thanks to that leg, Santa Anna bounced back into politics like he'd never left and became president a few more times. But back to our war. In the end, Mexico couldn't drive out the French fleet. France wanted to prove it meant business, but also didn't want to get stuck in a foreign quagmire. The situation was like sending a deadline reminder email and getting left on red. That's when someone not eating the pastries, but very concerned, spoke up. The British. Because if France ended up occupying Mexico, Britain would lose a ton of juicy trade deals in the region. So Britain stepped in, played the role of honest referee, and dragged both sides to the negotiation table. After some back-and-forth diplomacy, Mexico gave in, agreed to pay the 600,000 pesos, promised to protect French nationals, but did not offer an official apology. France withdrew its troops. The war was over. And the world officially learned, pastries can cause explosions. As for Monsieur Remontel, the man who started it all, he never saw a single peso from that 600,000. No fame, no monument, no golden pastry shop rebuilt in his honor, just his name in history books as the first baker to start a war. Mexico lost face, lost money, and lost Santa Anna's leg, but gained a valuable lesson. Never underestimate a chef, especially one who knows how to file a complaint. France clapped its hands in satisfaction, scored some diplomatic points, and declared to the world, "We don't joke about pastries." And that was the Pastry War, a war over a bakery. Sounds like a joke, but there were real bullets, real cannons, a real lost leg. A baker got his shop destroyed, a nation got bombarded. A general lost his leg and held a funeral for it. And it all started over a demand for 600,000 pesos. Think wars are only started by great powers? Wrong. Sometimes all it takes is one cake and one really persistent complaint. If you found this story both absurd and strangely logical, both funny and a little tragic, then welcome. You found the right channel. Give us a like, drop a comment, and tell us which bizarre war you want next. And hit that bell, or else, while you're out getting pastries, you might miss our next video.